Hi guys, this is Rati here. Welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 tips on how to motivate yourself to write every day. Now guys, this is something which is literally hammered into your head in every YouTube video about writing that you see, or every blog post about writing that you read anywhere on the internet. They say it again and again that in order to become a good writer, it's important to write every day. Now, so far, so good. The point is taken. But the problem is, how on earth do you motivate yourself to writing every day? For a lot of us restless, creative souls out here, like for me, for example, also the whole idea of, tying myself to a desk and having to write diligently day in and day out, it just scares the shit out of me. So then how do I motivate myself and hopefully motivate you to write every day? That's what I'm going to share in this video today. So without much ado, let's begin. Tip number 1. Connect writing with your professional goals. Now, I cannot emphasize this enough that if you want to do something on a regular and consistent basis, you have to somehow connect it with your professional goals. If you want to practice your singing, if you want to improve your singing skills, even if you don't want to become a professional singer, right? You have to still start, putting up videos of your performances on YouTube or maybe on social media at even a small level so that you get motivated to practice singing every day. Same goes with a genre like writing. Even if you do not want to become a professional writer or you do not want to sort of make writing a source of livelihood, still you have to connect writing with your professional goals. You cannot just do a thing day in and day out aimlessly, without connecting it to your life. Human psychology, human consciousness simply doesn't work like that. You would eventually get completely zoned out and, disinterested in that activity and leave that down the line, which happens with many of us as we conveniently take up a number of hobbies and abandon those. So if you want to become a writer, you have to, for example, start a blog. You can pick a particular topic, a particular niche that you like and start a blog, start blogging. Or if you don't have the time and energy to set up your own blog, you can still join a site like medium.com, which is a blogging platform and where you can literally write any article on any topic under the sun and you can publish it there. I talked at length about medium.com in my last video and I'm going to put some links as well. If you want to become a serious fiction writer down the line, start with small, measurable goals. Write short stories. Try to write short stories and then send those short stories for publication. Pitch them to prospective, publications. Same with non-fiction pieces. You can challenge yourself to write articles on a number of, different issues, different topical issues maybe, and then pitch them to prospective magazines or online publications and stuff. And this gives you a lot of time for homework also, because you spend a lot of time researching on what kind of content, what kind of articles are liked by what publications, and then you kind of hone your writing accordingly. The whole point is that by connecting writing to your professional goals, you're forming, small measurable goals for yourself. You're giving yourself these tiny targets, day-to-day targets, and thus you're motivating yourself to write every day. Tip number 2, make writing fun and action-oriented. Now, the reason why a lot of us are put off, by the idea of writing every day is simply because we have this misconception about writing being this, very boring, static kind of activity. We have this visual of the writer as a very sober, serious kind of a person, literally tethered to his or her desk, with this very serious, somber kind of expression on their faces and literally, going around this cycle of drinking coffee, thinking, reflecting, reading, and writing. Thinking, reflecting, reading, writing. This kind of endless cycle of sort of a very static existence where they're basically sitting in one place and just doing all their ideation and thinking. This is the image we have of a writer, which is far from true because writing is such a broad-based genre and the different kinds of writing. So that's what I'm going to tell you today, that in order to motivate yourself to write every day, you can make your writing fun and action-oriented. Now, what do I mean by fun and action-oriented? Journalistic writing, for example, is one of those genres where writing is connected to, going out, discovering new things, talking to people, or even travel writing where you travel to new places and discover new things. Even if you do not want to become a professional journalist, you can use journalistic writing to motivate yourself to write every day. And it can be, from simple to complex, starting at a simple level. Read your favorite books, write a book review, or watch the movies you like and challenge yourself to write a review about those movies, or simply go out and watch your favorite programs, listen to a talk, a discussion, or watch a musical concert, a cultural performance, go to an art exhibition, maybe talk to people over there and take some notes over there about your impressions and what those people have to say. Then come back and write articles about these events. You can even pick up a topical issue and just generally talk to people in your neighborhood or people anywhere literally about that issue, take their opinions, interview those people, and then again create an article. Or you can simply document your walks. If you're the kind of a person who likes going for long walks, you can, click pictures on the way and then jot down some ideas, take a break somewhere at a cafe in between, jot down some ideas and get back and write all that, your walking memoirs or whatever you might choose to call them. So I can go on and on about how to make writing fun and action oriented, but since time is limited, I won't. So I hope you get my point. There are n number of ways in which you can connect writing with your hobbies, your passions, and, make it more dynamic and make it more more in tune with your day-to-day life, whatever it is that you like doing. Writing is not something that is simply done on a desk. That's the biggest misconception that people have till date. So if you make it fun and action oriented, then you will be more motivated to write every day. Tip number 3, read your own work or perform your own work and then record it. Now, this might sound a bit too much narcissistic, the idea of recording your own work, but trust me, it works. This could be audio or video recordings, but it really works to, motivate you to towards your own writing, and it kind of gives you major writing goals as well, because you can then listen to these recordings or watch these recordings if it's a video and evaluate not just your performance, your presentation of your work, but the quality of the writing as well, because you can listen to yourself, reading your own writing, and then it's easier to catch flaws. So you can literally track your own progress if you make it a regular habit to record your own work, either in audio or in video. Tip number 4, pick up a particular niche and stick to it and then write about it. One of the reasons why many of us shy away from writing every day is simply because there's not enough material. We do not know what to write about, right? And this is a genuine dilemma. If you don't know what to write about and you don't want to be repetitive every day, then you simply have no clue and you cannot write every day. So the best way to get around this is to pick a particular niche, any area that you're passionate about, and then follow up that area on a regular basis. And then you will automatically, write something about that niche, about that subject every day. Since you have invested a lot of time and energy and you're researching that subject matter every day, it doesn't have to be a serious subject. It can be something, as frivolous as shoes or handbags or cartoon characters. It can be space technology. It can be, of course, things like music, writing also, or it can be something as serious as and somber as politics and international affairs. It can be technology, it can be movies, it can be food, it can be anything under the sun. The whole point is that you pick up this particular subject and then challenge yourself to write something about it every day. Now, this way you will also you will build a portfolio in that particular area, in that particular niche, which will also help you later on when you really want to earn, your living as a professional writer. Number 5, learn to respond to visual cues and write. Now, this is, I think, the most unexplored things about writing. Of course, when we are thinking about writing, most of the people just generally talk about thinking and you have to read and this and you have to polish your sentences and all that. All that is fine. And that's also very important. But as I said, the act of writing is not just about sitting on a desk and writing something on a piece of paper. For me, it goes much beyond a piece of paper. It's essentially a very creative process. So the whole angular visual stimuli plays a very important role in writing. In our everyday life, we are surrounded by visuals. You're standing on your balcony, or you're standing outside your house. You see certain people going, you observe their facial expressions, their eye movements, the way they talk. You sometimes detect the lies in their body language. So people, human beings, I think we are adept at catching visual expressions of people and the visual nitty-gritties, maybe some very funny body language, or something very funny, some very funny actions of people we notice. So we take these visual cues. Apart from these things, then there is the whole immediate visual world around us of maybe TV visuals, television visuals, or internet, the visuals we see on social media, or even the billboards that we come across in cities. So human mind, I think, is essentially visual, and that power has to be tapped in, I think, for writing, also to motivate yourself to write every day. So once you learn to respond to visuals by way of connecting them with your writing, and seeing that how can you get inspired by these visuals to write, I think you will get a lot of interesting material for writing every day. And at a simpler level, you can just, let's say, pick your favorite paintings, or pick images from the internet, or your favorite cartoon characters, and you can even look at your favorite memes from the internet, and then challenge yourself to write something about those, some, not about those exactly, but something which is inspired by those. So I think once you learn to respond to these visual cues, you get a lot of material for writing, and it would certainly motivate you to write every day. So guys, these are the 5 tips that I had for today. This is it. Thank you so much for listening, and please do subscribe to my channel, Rati Agnihotri Official, and bye for now.